Guys, welcome back to today's video. So in today's video, we are going to talk about a lot of what is currently happening this week. What happened this week? What we really need to pay attention in the price of Bitcoin. It has been a volatile move so far, right? This is the one day. This is the 1 day time frame, right? In the 1 day time frame, we always see what happened in the. We always see each of these sticks represent 1 day, right? And the reason why I actually say we have a volatile week so far is because if we actually go to the 1 hour candle, right? And if we actually go to the 1 hour candle, you're actually going to see that we have been seeing a volatile move so far. From Thursday, okay, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Right. So let me actually use this pen, right? So we have been seeing volatile move, big move to the upside, big move to the downside, as usual. You can actually see there, right? Another big move again, and another big move. You can actually see this move also here, right? We have another move here. We have another move here, right? So these are volatile moves that we have been seeing so far in this week. And the CPI data come out to be lower than we actually expected, right? Simply means that each time you actually see this the CPI data actually low, right? I'm going to actually talk about that in the next coming few hours. I'm going to actually show you guys the news. We actually posted it in my Twitter account. So that's actually tell you guys that keep on following my Twitter account, right? And this is where, let me actually zoom out. Let's actually zoom out, right? This is where we actually saw the CPI data news coming out, right? And this is what the price actually did. You can actually see that price pumping to the upside, right? That price pumping to the upside. And if you actually go to my Twitter account, this is where I actually post it. Make sure you're actually following me on Twitter, guys. Make sure you actually follow me on Twitter. Then you're actually going to see more of my technical analysis and what I actually expect for the market to actually do, right? So let's actually zoom out, right? Let's actually zoom out let us actually zoom out and let's actually find what actually posted here, right? You can actually see that yesterday the CPI data came out lower as expected, as traders and investors increased the chance of cut rate to 80%, right? So the CPI data, which was actually reduced yesterday, and we have this crazy move that actually happened right now, that actually happened yesterday in the price of Bitcoin, right? You can actually see how we actually reacted, right? Pumping to the upside and a big, massive drop down after that happened, right? So right now, what is happening in the market is that majority, I would actually say 80% of the traders right now in the market are actually expecting a cut rate, a cut rate that will actually happen this year. And anytime we actually see that cut rate, the price of Bitcoin actually pump massively, right? And this is not something that will actually this is not something that will actually happen in the 1 day time frame. This is something that always impacts the price of Bitcoin to actually shoot more higher, right? So when will that cut rate happen? We don't know. It is not actually going to be now, right? But I expect that cut rate to happen during ending of the year, right? During ending of the year, close to ending of the year, they're actually going to see that cut rate that will actually happen, that will lead Bitcoin to more higher price, right? So this is what I'm expecting, right? And guys, what is going to right now? What am I drawing? I'm currently bearish on Bitcoin, right? But I'm not actually going to say I'm bearish, right? Let's actually take it step by step guide, right? So for the past few days, I will actually say for the past 1 month, and the price of Bitcoin has been breaking down. You can actually see we have been maintaining a down structure. Let me actually show you guys. We have been maintaining a down structure. You can actually see it here in the price of Bitcoin. We have been maintaining this zone, dropping down all the way, right? If we break, I'm going to actually show you the level which I'm actually expecting, right? If we break this level, I'm going to actually flip bearish. I'm going to actually flip bullish for the price of Bitcoin to actually go higher. But as far as we are not breaking this level and we are actually maintaining this downtrend, right, I expect the price of Bitcoin to trade even more lower, right? So this is what I'm actually expecting in the price of Bitcoin, right? So what are those levels, right? What are those levels, right? Now, if you actually go to the daily time frame, this is the daily time frame. If you can actually zoom out, right? You can actually zoom in, right? Now, if we look, I think we should actually look at the 4 hour. Go to the 4 hour. We're actually going to look at the 4 hour. This is what I'm actually expecting for the price of Bitcoin. If the price of Bitcoin actually do this, that I'm going to actually explain right now, right? There's a high chance you're actually going to see a massive pump to the price of Bitcoin, right? So this is what I'm actually expecting, right? I expect that the price of Bitcoin should actually, okay, let me actually use pen. So there is a high created here, right? And this high was actually created on Monday. Before we actually do what? We drop down. This high was actually created on Monday, right? Before we actually see that massive, it was actually created on Monday, July 24, right? this high was actually created, right? So this is the high I'm actually waiting for. You can actually see how this level have actually been respected, right? And this is the level that high was actually created, right? Before we actually see a massive drop down in the price of Bitcoin, right? So this is the level, because if we are actually seeing the market right now, we are actually seeing the market actually retest this level, right? We are actually retesting this level, and you know what this level do, guys. This level have provided support before. I'm going to actually talk about that, right? So right now, what am I actually waiting for? I'm actually, if Bitcoin should actually break this level, this downtrend, right? Because we actually have continued that downtrend, right? Where you actually see Bitcoin actually dropping for days, for the past few weeks, Bitcoin will be actually be dropping, right? And what I want to actually see for the price of Bitcoin, if we break that trend line, right? We break it, right? After breaking it, we actually come back to this zone, right? Testing this high, which was actually created on Monday. This is the high we actually need to break, right? Testing this high, coming back to this box zone, right? If we have a rejection, I want to actually see this level hold as support. The level which I want to actually see hold as support is back this level, right? Because if we are actually going to come back to this zone, right, which actually provides a support, and we consolidate and drop back down, going back to 60,000, 59,000, I want to see that level hold, right? If that level hold, we're actually going to know that, okay, guys, we're actually creating support here, and we're also creating support here, right? Which simply means that we are actually going to come back to this level. If we fail to break to the upside and we reject back down, we want to see major consolidation here. If I see that consolidation, I'm going to actually turn bullish in the price of Bitcoin, because it will actually do this, right? This will be a confirmation for us to actually pump more higher, creating a W pattern, right, in the price, creating a W pattern for the price of Bitcoin to actually pump higher, right? So this is what I'm actually expecting, level by level, for the price of Bitcoin, right? This is what I'm actually looking for in the price of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin should actually create this move, right, we know how to actually approach the market, right? But currently right now, guys, the price of Bitcoin is bearish, and it is still maintaining that downtrend. You can actually see there. It is still maintaining that downtrend. If you actually see there, right, you can actually see how Bitcoin has been maintaining downtrend. We have been falling for the past. It's just like a waterfall. It's just like a waterfall, right, in the price of Bitcoin, right? Waterfall, consolidation, right? We are still holding at this strong level, right? Now, let's actually talk about, we have talked about the bullish case scenario. If it plays out, right, we need to actually position ourselves for more increase after getting rejection here, come back this level as a support for us to actually see that consolidation. We want to see that consolidation for us to actually feel bullish coming for Bitcoin to actually come back, possibly to claim the highs, right, which is at 69,000, pumping back to 69,000. That will be bullish for the market, and it will actually affect many coins in the market to actually pump too, right? That will be good for the price of Bitcoin, and everyone will actually feel bullish for the price of Bitcoin, right? So let's actually talk about the bearish case scenario, because we are holding at some levels, guys. We are actually holding at some level. And what are those levels? This is what I'm going to talk about today. Let's actually go to the 1 day time frame. I think the 1 day time frame will actually help us out to zoom it out, right? I'm going to talk about more things you need to actually understand in the price of Bitcoin, right? Now, okay, I think this is okay, right? Now the price of Bitcoin is currently at 59,296, right? We have been holding at a support level, right? When we actually look, right, the price of Bitcoin have been holding at this level, right? The price of Bitcoin has been consolidating at this level for the past few days. And this is the level we want to see Bitcoin actually break. Most people are actually waiting for Bitcoin to actually break, for us to actually retest that high, which I was actually telling you, maybe get that rejection. If we fail to get that rejection, what happened? If we fail to get that rejection, there's a high chance we're actually going to push more higher in the price of Bitcoin. And that will actually affect the market, right? Let's talk about the bearish case scenario, right? The price of Bitcoin is actually maintaining a falling wedge pattern. You can actually see a falling wedge pattern from here to this level, from here. And right now, we're actually going back to that level. Are we actually going to go back to that level, holding as a support, right? Because we got this level hold, right? And this level actually bounced, and we later drop back down. You can actually see how this level actually holds for some couple of days, and we actually drop back down, right? Will this level be a strong level? Because we have been seeing major rejection in the price of this level. We have been seeing rejection at this area multiple times, and we have actually lost that level, breaking to the downside. Will this area be a support or create a support, leading Bitcoin price to actually go to the price of 61,000, right? So are we actually going to come back to that level and break down? it is very, very possible, guys. It is very, very possible after consolidating here, right? We come back to that level, that area of support, which is holding at 60,000, and we actually have that rejection back down to actually come back to the level of 51,000, 52,000. It is very, very possible, guys. So as we are falling right now, this is the falling wedge structure, right? We can actually come back to that level, which actually create a support, and we actually consolidate there from some Y, and we actually drop back down. It is very, very possible, guys, right? So at this area, if we actually come back to this area of 61,000, many people will actually feel bullish, right? If we come back to this area of 61,000, many people actually feel bullish. They will actually say, let's go, Bitcoin's actually, but forgetting that that level of actually create a rejection, right? This level of actually create a rejection in the price of Bitcoin. You can actually see, right? So are we actually going to come back down? Since we actually consolidated, test that support area and flip back down, right? So this is the level which I'm actually paying attention in the price of Bitcoin, right? Let me actually talk about the Bitcoin. If this should happen, right? If this should happen, right? If this should happen, there are two levels which I'm currently paying attention to. Now, it is the area, let me actually show you, it is the area of 63 to 60, 51 to 52,000 zone, right? Reason why is actually because we created a support at this area, right? So we want to see Bitcoin come down to actually consolidate this level. We're actually going to expect a bounce, right? We need to actually see how Bitcoin actually react to that level, right? Because we can actually still come down to this level, consolidate for some Y, and still drop back down. It is very, very possible, guys, right? So we need to actually understand the both scenario that Bitcoin is actually playing out right now, right? And this is what is actually making me feel bearish, because first, if you look at the structure, let me actually check out the structure, right? Let me actually show you guys. If you look at the structure of Bitcoin, right? Let me use this from the high, right, to the low, to this low. We have already lose it, right? So if we are to drop back down, right? Let me use this arrow. If we are to drop back down, because we have been, if we are to drop back down, you can actually see how the structure. Let me actually use. You can actually see how the structure maintain, right? We come to the upside, right? Come down again. Okay. Come down again. Break to the downside, right? You can actually see, right? And come back up again, right? This is the high, right? Let's take it as a high, and we also retest, right? Right now, what you actually see is that we have break this box, right? We have break this block box, and we are trading below it, right? So if Bitcoin lose this level, right? Do you know what will be my target? My target for the price of Bitcoin in the next coming days will be this, because we are actually maintaining whips, right? We need measure from this high, right, to this low, and I want to actually use it to actually measure if we break. If we break for the price of Bitcoin, it's actually going to lead the price of Bitcoin to actually drop back down all the way to 40,000 to 44,000, right? To 44,000. That should be if we break it, right? So this is the level which I'm actually paying attention in the price of Bitcoin, and likely this will be bad for the price of Bitcoin, but this will actually be a time you want to buy. This is not actually going to make you be afraid and say Bitcoin is not actually going to. This will actually, let me actually show you guys. This will actually make the price of Bitcoin to actually drop to actually see a price drop to 23 to 24,000%, right? So this is not the time that you panic or going to actually sell, but this is the time you want to actually do what? Buy, right? Now, how can you actually benefit from this drop? How can you benefit from this drop? What if this drop happen? How can you benefit from this drop? Is Bitcoin should actually drop according to the analysis we actually made here? This is the question, right? Now, go to get.io and search Bitcoin and search BTC. BTC, I don't know whether it will be here, but go to get.io and search this BTC. I don't know whether it will be here. Okay, it is not here. Go and search BTC 5S, right? If you want to get position and if you want to actually benefit, if Bitcoin should actually drop, go to your get.io. For those of you who are actually using get.io, go and buy BTC 5X, right? Is it 5X? Let me actually check again. BTC. Okay, BTC 5S. BTC 5S. Go and get that. Let me actually show you guys here. BTC 5S. BTC, BTC 5x. Go and buy it, because this is another opposite of shorting Bitcoin. If you actually buy this is another opposite of you shorting the price of Bitcoin. Guys, make sure to subscribe, make sure to turn on your notification bell. And guys, one more thing, for those of you who are not yet informed, right? We actually launched a new project, actually going to launch soon, right? So guys, go and position yourself right now. BeamPay is actually going to launch soon. It is going to be another, right? It is going to be another one. This is the Twitter account, right? It's a tax to earn platform where you actually complete tax. You're actually going to accumulate USDT for yourself. It is free, right? You don't actually need any fee, right? It is free, right? For now, we're actually hosting BeamPay Friday. Go and participate on the BeamPay Friday to actually accumulate USDT for yourself, right? It's actually free, guys. You don't want to actually miss out, right? So if we actually look back here, you're actually going to see that the website is actually ready, right? It's actually free. So the website is actually ready soon. We're actually going to we're actually going to launch the website very soon. It's actually getting ready, guys. Go and right now and follow BeamPay on Twitter. Very important. Number one tax to earn Web3 website. Complete tax to actually accumulate USDT. You don't want to miss that. A free platform that's actually giving you USDT when you actually complete simple tax. Right? I'm going to see you in my next video. I'm going to leave the link to actually BeamPay so that I can actually follow it. Right? I'm going to see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow. And I'm going to see you.